Staffan de Mistura, the UN envoy who's supposed to mediate talks between the Syrian government and opposition in a week's time. But it's touch and go whether they'll now go ahead, according to the French Foreign Minister Laurent Fabius.
Obviously, we hope that the negotiation will take place, but there are some questions which have to be dealt with.
At the UN in New York, ambassadors arrived to hear a briefing from Mr. de Mistura by video conference from his office in Geneva, all still expressing a determination the talks must start on time.
It's important that the talks do go ahead this month. What we're going to hear from Staffan now is what progress he's made on this.
Does it look like the talks on the 25th are going to take place?
I hope so. I hope they must. After all the work which has been done.
But the Russian ambassador knows his own government has problems with the current plan. President Vladimir Putin was meeting the Emir of Qatar in Moscow. In talks that focused on the situation in Syria, the Russian leader will have made it clear he believes the list for the opposition delegation drawn up in Saudi Arabia should have more secular figures and representation from Kurdish groups. There is another problem. Even those currently on the opposition list are not yet committed to attend Geneva. They want reassurances that what happened last time there were Syrian negotiations 2 years ago won't be repeated. They claim the Syrian government was deliberately obstructive and derailed those talks. They want a guarantee that if that happens again, the US and its allies have a plan B. It's thought this time around the format will begin with days of what are known as proximity talks. In the UN's headquarters in Geneva, the two sides will be kept in separate rooms with Mr. de Mistura shuttling between them. I'm told that Mr. de Mistura has said that anyone who takes part in the negotiations in either delegation will not be allowed to be part of the transitional government that the talks are supposed to create. So there are rules in place, but for talks that for now look far from certain. James Bays, Al Jazeera of the United Nations.